Right now, we are on day 1 of setup. Right now we have draping going up. We are draping the entire ballroom as well as the ceremony space. We're dropping linens on the tables to do a few mock-ups of the centerpieces. The fire marshal just got here and we got to go, so that's good. When we sit down with our clients for an initial meeting and what we call the blueprint meeting, we really want to sit with our clients and get to know them on a personal level. I will ask them, what are 5 adjectives that you would describe the wedding of your dreams? This is a question that we will use throughout the entire process while me and my team are trying to create a design proposal. We will ask our clients, what are your favorite colors? What colors do you not like? After we choose the color palette, this is something that we're going to share with the vendors. We're going to share with the people that are making your stationery, the florist, when we're pulling linens. When we are talking about color palettes and a color scheme or a theme that we're going to incorporate throughout the wedding, I like to ask the bride and groom both of their opinions on what colors they both like, because oftentimes we can incorporate both of their favorite colors or favorite designs into the wedding. Another question we like to ask couples during the initial consultation is, where do you like to travel? Where do you like to spend your holiday or vacations? This is a great question that can help us determine the type of venue or destination you're looking for. It can help us determine how relaxed or how formal you want your event to be. When we sat down with this client, she let me know that her favorite color was pink, and she really wanted to incorporate that into the wedding. And lucky for us, the groom was totally on board with this. When we sit down with our clients, I like to have very honest conversations with my couples. I really want their expectations to be met in the long run, and I don't want anyone to be disappointed or have unrealistic expectations from the beginning. As a wedding planner, it's my job to sit down with my couples and figure out where their priorities are. This can be entertainment, having a band and a DJ. This can be having no line at the buffet, making sure guests have an amazing cocktail throughout the evening. You're not hiring me to have me tell you that every idea is this amazing idea. You're hiring me to tell you what you can do better and how you can make your wedding stand out and be an unforgettable experience. One of the big things I like to sit down and talk with our couples with is, what are your expectations as far as guest experience? I know a lot of times that we really put a lot of emphasis on the fact that the wedding's all about the couple and it's the biggest day of their life, but really when it comes down to it, you're giving your guests an experience. Making sure that your guests have an unforgettable experience is something that's super important to me. When we sat down and started discussing entertainment for this wedding, our client wanted Lebanese drummers, belly dancers, an Indian DJ, a band, fireworks, fog. There were so many different aspects to this wedding. We had to really sit down and figure out where we were gonna fit all of the entertainment aspects into the night to create a seamless experience. When I sat down with the bride and we were discussing her father-daughter dance, she told me that her dad loved Dean Martin and loved the Rat Pack. So I actually was able to make a call to a friend here in Vegas who plays in a show, and he is a Dean Martin impersonator, and he was actually able to come to the wedding and dress as Dean Martin and surprise her dad and sing their first dance together. I think the best compliment a couple can get from their guests after their wedding day was, "That was the best wedding I've ever been to." I think sometimes couples don't really understand the importance and what a difference great lighting can make in the ceremony and reception space at a wedding. Not only is lighting important when you're thinking about setting the mood and setting the tone for when the guests arrive into the space, but it's actually so much more important when you're thinking about how it's going to translate into the photos and the videos for your wedding. Lighting is something that really makes a difference throughout the entire night, and it's something that can change throughout the night. For this wedding, our client had 2 wedding dresses, and they were very over the top and elaborate. The dress was actually super heavy, and I had to take into consideration how much time it was going to take her to get in and out of her dress and change hairstyles, makeup, etc., and fit that into the timeline for the evening. We set up hair and makeup trials. We had her try on the dress several times beforehand, and we actually timed everything so we could fit that into the timeline for the evening to make sure we could fit everything in. When I sat down with our groom for this wedding, his focus really was on food and beverage and creating a menu for the guests that they will never forget. Initially, when we sat down for the tasting, we had a 9-page menu, and we actually were able to get it down to a 6-page menu for our 300-person guest list. We were discussing floral options and trying to come up with cost-effective ways to save money and sort of reuse the flowers for the ceremony and the reception. We came up with the idea of reusing the flowers that lined the aisle for the ceremony and repurposing them in the reception and elevating them on acrylic stands to use over the tables. We were essentially able to cut the cost of the reception flowers in half for those tables because we reused the flowers from the ceremony. Something that's really important for us as far as being someone's wedding planner is really making sure that they are enjoying their wedding day and they're able to take in every moment and not worry about the small stuff. The fact that our clients are entrusting us with the biggest day of their life is something that I never take for granted. One of my favorite things is sitting down with my couples after the wedding, whether it's the day after, the week after, the month after, and really being able to reflect on the wedding day and hear what their favorite moments and favorite memories from the wedding day were and talk about those sort of things really reminds me why I do this and why I love what I do.